Test, test, test. All right, just gonna make sure the audio is working on this, and then I'll get talking about the upcoming weather here. Test, test, test. All right. Sweet. Sounds like the audio is rolling. And just one moment here, gonna make one more final deal here, and then I'll get talking. Save. Okay. Gonna see if anyone's hopping in. I see there is someone. If you're hopping in, go ahead and feel free to post where you're watching from. And thanks so much for hopping in. I appreciate it. All right, gonna make sure this is working in one more location here. Good to see you. All right. Hello to everyone hopping on. Just going to wait for a few more people to hop on, and then I'll get started talking. Okay. Hello, everyone. Benjamin Yurkovich here with Washington Weather Chasers. Just doing a little bit of a live stream. Wanted to talk about some of this exceptional weather that we are experiencing right now. And by the way, for all of you guys hopping on Facebook, I am also streaming over on YouTube. So if you would like to check that out sometime, you can definitely do just that. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the channel here. So Washington Weather Chasers, it's just YouTube at WAWX Chasers, and you can hop on and watch the update over there. The nice thing about Facebook, or the nice thing about YouTube, is you can swipe up and put it in the background. And I just wanted to let you guys over on Facebook know that I am planning on doing live streams over on YouTube more often. So make sure and check that out for sure. And also, something I'm trying to do is get my watch hours up on YouTube a little bit more. So if you're watching on Facebook, if it's not too much trouble, switch over to YouTube and watch this live stream and let me know what you think. Let me know if the quality seems different, anything like that. And also, before I continue any further, can you guys let me know how the audio quality is? Hi, Susie from Silverdale. Hey, Carol Noble. Nice to see you guys. All right. Well, today we've got some beautiful weather going on. Absolutely stellar weather for Washington State. Almost no clouds in the whole entire sky. You can see there's some fresh snow on the mountaintops, a little bit of snow over there in the Olympics, quite a bit of snow on the Cascades. And let's see if we can get one more click in. Yeah, look at all that fresh snow. Just a little appetizer, and you can see some of it has melted throughout the day as the day has gone on. And this morning we did have some pretty chilly temperatures across the state. The low temperature at my house, I believe, was 31, but up there at Arlington Municipal Airport got down to 28 degrees. Awesome. Lori says the audio is great on Facebook. And again, if you're watching on Facebook, just wanted to let you guys know that I am watching. Oh, I am also streaming over on YouTube. And I'm encouraging more and more people to watch my streams on YouTube. And part of the reason is Facebook made a change where they're deleting live streams after 30 days. And they also seem to want to prefer vertical live streams instead of horizontal, and that's not the best for storm chasing live streams. For storm chasing live streams, we want the stream to be horizontal, and I don't think Facebook optimizes horizontal live streams. I think they optimize vertical live streams, which is not the best. So if you're watching on Facebook, maybe do me a favor and hop over to your YouTube app if you have it. And if you don't, hop over to your YouTube app on TV or on your computer, wherever you are, and just search Washington Weather Chasers, and also check out this live stream over on YouTube, and that'll help out the YouTube channel. And the nice thing about YouTube is they don't delete your live streams, which is something I just don't want to have to deal with, having to download my live streams after a storm chase. And I just think it's going to be a bit more reliable. I'm going to stay active on Facebook, of course. That's like my main community is on Facebook. Going to be posting lots of pictures and updates. And I might even be streaming to both locations like I am right now. And just encouraging those who are watching on Facebook to head over to YouTube. All right, so now let's get further into this update here. Pretty chilly morning around Washington State. Got down to 28 at Arlington, as I already mentioned, and got down to 28 there at the Olympia Airport. And it was actually colder. It was about, there was a couple locations in eastern Washington, the higher locations, that got into the mid-20s. But eastern Washington did not get much colder than a couple spots in western Washington. And looking at the weather over the next couple days, we see that obviously today is dry, as indicated by the satellite imagery. Very dry, very sunny. And tomorrow is going to be dry as well. And Thursday is when the next system begins to approach the area. Possibly going to be some showers across portions of Washington State on Thursday night going into Friday. And then a more potent, stronger, robust system looks like it's going to be again approaching the area on Saturday evening, going through Sunday morning. And it might get a little bit breezy with that as well out there on the coast. If we are to look at this, and this is far enough out as well, the details on this are going to change, but decent little low pressure system going up there to the north of Vancouver Island. Gonna have to watch to see if that comes in stronger and closer. This is looking at the European. We can also look at the GFS, have a fresh run rolling out right now actually. Yeah, it has that system going much further north. But, sorry about that. Also has some showers on Thursday night into Friday, and then a bit of rain going into the weekend as well. It also looks like some high elevation snow. So we got some things to keep an eye on. Gonna hop over and take a look at comments real fast. Hey, thanks Monica Palmer for the stars. Really appreciate that. I see there's also some people watching over there on YouTube. Cool. All right. Yeah, go ahead and let me know again where you're watching from. Oh, yes, and I was going to talk about a project that I am planning on doing. I am planning on taking a look at the windstorm that affected Washington State on November 13th and 14th, 1981. And on that day, it gusted. Here, let me see if I can copy this real quick. And I'm going to bring it over to this other window. And I'm going to paste it right here. So yeah, November 13th and 14th, 1981, I'm referencing Wolf Reed's work right here. On that day, a really strong storm went up the west coast and brought some really strong wind gusts to the coast and also inland. Look at this down here at Port Orford, gusted to 100 miles per hour. North Bend down there, 92. Newport gusted 89 plus. Tillamook, 98. Portland, 71. Hoke Williams, 70. Olympia, 64. SeaTac, 67. And I believe Tacoma gusted to 69 miles per hour, if I remember correctly. West Point in Seattle also gusted to 52, 69 at Renton. And during this windstorm, there was also a Coast Guard helicopter that crashed, and unfortunately, one of the crew members died in that. Scott Sistick reminded me of that story today. But if you know anyone, or if you yourself remember that storm, go ahead and let me know in the comments what your story is of that. And I'm looking forward to putting together kind of like just a video of those who experienced that storm. All right, gonna take a look at comments here. All right, got 9 people over on YouTube. Let's see here, back. There we go. A few people over on Facebook. But yeah, so part of the reason why I'm testing out these live streams now is because when the snow eventually starts falling around here in the winter, I just want to be ready to go and able to do these live streams efficiently and have more and more people aware that I plan on doing these live streams over on YouTube as well, not just on Facebook anymore. I know many of you guys on Facebook have enjoyed watching snow live streams and whatnot in the past, but the best place to watch those live streams from now on is going to be over on YouTube. But yeah, man, look at that, just almost completely clear over the state with the exception of there in South Washington. In the next several days are going to be clear as well. We can pull up the cloud cover here by percentage. And there may be some low-level clouds tomorrow in portions of western Washington, maybe a couple spots east of the Cascades as well. I bet you that's just high clouds there during the day on Wednesday. And then we got some cloud cover coming in on Thursday. We can look at this cloud cover by layers here. So yeah, again, a couple isolated areas with low-level clouds tomorrow morning. And then, yep, we got some high-level clouds. You can see that down there, indicated by the blue, high and mid-level clouds, but it's not going to make much of a difference. And then we get more substantial cloud cover going into the day. Going through the day on Thursday, it'll get cloudier. Going to take a look at your comments real quick if you have any questions, and then I'm going to get back to doing a bit more work. Hey there, Gary from, is it Rathdrum? Is that how you pronounce that town? Rathdrum? And then Jennifer from Shelton. Hello. And looking at the comments on Facebook, Corey says, nice. Barb says, Mount Rainier's new blanket of snow is shining proudly here in Bonnie Lake. Yes, it's very nice to see some of the mountains with a fresh coat of snow. Enjoying that very much. Let me know if the stream quality is still good, if the audio quality is still good. This is kind of a test, streaming to 2 different locations at one time. And again, I know I've said it repeatedly, but there may be some new people watching now. If you're watching on Facebook, I am also streaming over on YouTube. And right here, I'm showing you guys my YouTube page. This is what it looks like. Head over to YouTube and you just look up Washington Weather Chasers or youtube.com @WAWX Chasers, and you'll find the channel. As a matter of fact, I think I am going to just go ahead and link that into the Facebook comments here. If you follow that right there, that'll lead you to my YouTube channel. Just populated in the comments. But yeah, so yeah, the video project I'm going to be working on is that windstorm from 1981. Super incredible storm. And I'm going to see if I can find you guys a picture of the satellite imagery from that real fast, because it's pretty epic stuff. All right, stand by. Yeah, check this thing out, just massive. So it might be kind of hard to tell in the live stream, but right here's Washington, right here's Oregon, this is California, and this thing just had a giant cold front extending down past Central California, cold front coming ashore on North California, and just a mega low that worked up west of Oregon, west of Washington, and came ashore in central Vancouver. And it was in its mature phase from basically central Oregon to the South Washington coast. And this was considered to be the strongest storm for the region since the Columbus Day storm of 1982. All right, gonna look at your comments again here. Audio is good on YouTube. Awesome. Sweet. Let me know in the comments what you guys are hoping to accomplish the next couple of days here that are sunny. Corey Lee asks over on Facebook if I was down at the water in Alki. No, I did not go down to Seattle yesterday to see that. I did see some footage of that. I believe Pacific Northwest Weather Watch got some really good footage of the waves. If you want to see that, you can go ahead and find that over on his YouTube channel. But yesterday I had a bit more of a family day. Spent time with my wife and child, went to a pumpkin patch. Hey, thanks Corey Lee for the stars. I really appreciate that. By the way, I wanted to show you guys something here, just in case you did not know. Okay, now I'm gonna hop over to here, click here. So this is my Ko-Fi page. Some people call it Ko-fi, but this is another way you can support Washington Weather Chasers if you want to support us getting out and doing live streams. There's a place to do one-time donations here, or gifts, or monthly. And just the other day was out doing a live stream and someone was very generous and donated a surprising amount on here. But this is cool because basically this resource, they allow you as a creator to keep 100%, whereas stars, whatnot, those are still very much appreciated, but Facebook does take a cut. So just figured I'd mention that for those who are wanting to support the page. I'm gonna look at comments a little bit more here. Theo over on Facebook asks, what are we looking forward to this winter? Any decent snow accumulation you think is going to happen? Theo, we are heading into a bit of a La Nina winter, so I do expect that it's going to be probably a good snow year for the mountains, especially going into January, February, and March. As far as the lowlands go, that's always a question. It all depends on how the upper atmosphere works. And what I can do is I can actually look at the weather pattern that we just had to reference what would be kind of an ideal configuration. So just a couple days ago, we had This set up in the atmosphere, this is looking at height anomalies, but we had a ridge of high pressure right here blocking the jet stream and forcing it way up over Alaska and down the Yukon and then back off of Canada and just off of southwest Canada over the Pacific Ocean and then back into South Washington and Oregon. This look right here, this upper air trough look with this ridge over here over the Gulf of Alaska, this is kind of the orientation that weather nerds and meteorologists look for Arctic outbreaks around here. Just a couple days ago, on Sunday when we had the thunderstorms around here, this was the look. It was just a little too early in the year to get an actual substantial Arctic blast type situation. And so I'm not really a fan of making confident predictions for what kind of lowland snowfall we're going to get, especially in places like Western Washington, because around here, it all comes down to the details. It's not quite as easy to get snow in Western Washington as it is even in Eastern Washington, or especially places like Montana and North Dakota and Colorado. Those places will for sure see snow. And Montana, as a matter of fact, already has a nice blanket of snow over much of the state. And as does, as for Western Washington, I would not be surprised if we did see some lowland snow at some point this winter. All right, gonna find the comments here again. All right, any more questions or comments? Let's see. I'm gonna post a question on the Facebook here. Boom. All right, let me know if you see the poll that I just made come through. By the way, if you're just hopping on Facebook, I am also live streaming over on YouTube right now, actually. And I'm encouraging all of my followers to begin watching the live streams over on YouTube. And the reason for this is because Facebook recently decided that they are going to start deleting live streams after 30 days. And they actually had it that way last year too, I believe, during the active season. But the way the Facebook algorithm works, they're also not optimizing live streaming for horizontal live streams, more so vertical live streams. So literally, because this live stream on Facebook is horizontal, the Facebook algorithm is not going to push it out to as many of my followers as if it were a vertical live stream, which frankly kind of bugs me. I am planning on being very active on Facebook still, posting pictures and forecasts and everything else. But for live streams, I am looking to switch over to YouTube. So if you're watching on Facebook, I would encourage you, or just make a request, go ahead and search up Washington Weather Chasers on YouTube, and you can find me over there live streaming and uploading content. And you can also just look up youtube.com/@WAWX Chasers, and that'll bring you to the channel. I'll also go ahead and post the link to the stream in the Facebook live stream so you guys can easily access it right there as well. So there you go. If you're watching over there on Facebook, in the comments, the link to the YouTube live stream just popped up. Ashley Smith says they got hit with snow over the weekend. Which location, Ashley? Nancy over on YouTube says, looking forward to seeing you in the snow. Hey, I'm looking forward to the snow. Also, let me know, oh, you guys actually got some down in the lowlands part of Wenatchee, or are you guys up in the foothills of Wenatchee? Kind of up by like Waterville or Mission Ridge. Hey, Kirk Kaplan, how's it going? The live stream got a little funky there for a minute. Okay, we're back. Corey Lee on YouTube says, I used to work in Linden. It gets so crazy up there. Yeah, I love heading up to Linden at least once a year during the winter to see the Fraser Valley outflow paired with snow. It's very fun if you like those kind of conditions. If you don't like those conditions, it's not very much fun at all. But yeah. And by the way, guys, if you're watching this stream, want to mention, let's see if I can pull it up over here real fast and then I'll talk about it. All right, bring it over here. Scott Sistek is starting up a new blog called the Emerald City Weather Blog. He's going to be stepping away from his current job at Fox Weather and he's launching into his next solo adventure. I made a post about this on YouTube just about an hour ago. I've been following Scott Sistek for honestly as long as I can remember, and I went to community college in the around 2013, 2014, in my early 20s, and I had an assignment to reach out to try to set up an interview with someone in the field I was aspiring to at the time. And at the time I was pursuing meteorology. So I reached out to Scott Sistek and he was gracious enough to accept my request. But not only that, he invited me down to KOMO4 News headquarters for an interview. And so anyways, Scott Sistek, he's got a great personality, super knowledgeable. The way he writes his forecasts are very fun, and he just plugs his personality straight into it. Very passionate. So highly encourage you guys, give a follow to Scott Sistek on Facebook, and then also check out his blog, Emerald City Weather Blog. As a matter of fact, what I can do real fast is I can plug oops, hang on. I can plug his blog into the stream here. This is actually our system from over the weekend going down there by California. All right, stand by. I'm gonna plug his blog in here. Foothills by Waterville actually says, yep, I saw they were probably gonna get some snow up there. That's awesome. Hello to everyone watching on YouTube. Thanks for checking it out here. Looking forward to being a little bit more active over on this platform, especially in the winter. Anyways, I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap this stream up. But I'm glad to see I figured out how to stream to Facebook, and YouTube at the same time. That's pretty cool. And again, if you're watching over on Facebook, don't forget to check out my YouTube channel here and subscribe. Going to be over on here being more active more often. So with that, I am going to go ahead and end this stream, but I hope you guys all have a very, very nice day.